Here we go.
Good afternoon and welcome, Tanya. I'm so
Hello.
excited you're joining us today. So, just for our audience's sake, my name is Carla Gardiner. I'm your affiliate marketing resource guide, and today we have the honor of having my friend and mentor and coach, Tanya Smith, with us today. Welcome.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you for having me on here. This is such an honor.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, friends, Tanya is a master of a lot of things, and I want you to pull out your pen and your paper, take notes, because along your business journey, at some point, you're going to need what Tanya has to offer. When I get stuck, she's my go to. She has really keen listening skills, the best I've ever found, actually. And she asks questions that will bug you to death, but she makes you pull out of your heart what's already there and get out of your own head and really figure out what you want. She's really good. So she's a mentor, she's a coach, she's a teacher. She's the owner and founder of the Ninja Content Club. Oh my gosh. If you want to learn content, she's your go-to gal. She takes content from creation to sales all the way through email, the whole ball of wax. So I can't do it justice. So I'm going to turn it over to Tanya. Tanya, please share with us your story of, because you haven't been online forever. Tell us a little bit of your back history and how you landed on social media and here with us today.
You talked about listening skills. I spent 20 years in a 911 center where I had to learn to listen and I had to pick up nuances of people. When you're dealing with someone's life and death, right? You have to learn to cue in. But that was 20 years of that and I loved it. It was exciting and thrilling and it's such a high honor to be able to serve people at that level, but it was very stressful. So I retired and opened my own brick and mortar business. I had a dog grooming business, no stress, puppy kisses. And I realized if I couldn't work physically, something happened, I needed another alternative. So I branched into the online space, completely lost. It was interesting. I started and developed my own business. And I felt like when I went online, was a fish out of water. And so it was probably what, 2018? So really not that long ago, 20, no, it was longer than that. I started online. And before that, I had to decide to dabble in network marketing. And that was about 2015, 2014. I did it the old fashioned way. And then about 2018, I think it was, I said, I got to do this online thing. And so that's where I was struggling. What I found was when I finally connected with the right platform, training platform, I found a passion and a love for marketing, the whole gambit, the psychology behind it, getting the right message to the right market, and the heart behind. So many people will say, I don't like sales, so they don't like marketing. Marketing and sales really, in reality, are two different things. Marketing is the words and the message you get to people to lead to the sale. And the sales conversation is a little different. And I learned to love all of it, but I love the whole process of marketing in a heart-centered space because there's always that concept of marketing is spammy and scammy. And to take it to that different level was just a beautiful learning experience that that's an option, right? And so from there, I said, okay, I ditched the network marketing business and I went into coaching. And so that's what got me here. But what I was told in the beginning, I'm just going to keep on going, Carla, unless you stop.
You're
But
fine.
when I started in the beginning of my journey, everyone kept saying, grow an email list, grow an email list. And I'm like, no, that just seems stupid. Because would open my emails and I don't want to read my emails. But what I didn't realize, and this is what I want to tell people, I always tell people when they say those same things, because I was there, but you will open and you will read the emails that you are attracted to and that you know that person by whether it's you may not have never have met them, they have value and you know that
Yes.
they're going to be bring you something you need. And so once I finally got convinced of that, I said, okay, how do I grow it? And so I started manually just social media content of growing my email list. Now I had offers, I had things that I could was trying to sell, my coaching and things like that. But I was doing it and I made some success. I had a few clients, but it was all so creating social posts, having DM conversations. And while that was okay, if I wasn't there in the conversation in the DMs, nothing was happening. And it was exhausting. It was a lot of work. And so that's when I finally realized, okay, let me do this email thing. Let me try this. I feel
I am
like Carla,
so glad that I'm not the only hard-headed one out there.
no, no. So I started asking people if they wanted to be on my list, and I had some access to some free lead magnets that I could use, and I started growing my list a little bit. And still, I didn't feel aligned with the free. Didn't feel aligned with it. So it was just
Yes.
getting very clear on who I was helping, the problem I was helping them with. That was part of the equation. And then we're creating my own lead magnet, my own free gift that aligned with who I am, what I'm offering, and how I'm serving. That's when the needle changed. And so then I started getting in front of other audiences, which what people said, you got to get in front of other audiences. You got to get, I'm like, what the heck does that mean? So when I finally understood that concept, I created the lead magnet. I got invited to a summit and go, holy crap, I need to create a lead magnet. So I created a lead magnet. And from that space, my email, I decided, okay, the first summit, and I grew my email list. And all I did was, I didn't do anything. I had a free gift and they took it. They accepted it. They gave me their email. It was beautiful. And so that year got on a lot of different opportunities to speak. And that year I grew my list exponentially. And so the difference in that was the list I built was hyper focused on solving one type of problem. And from there, because I grew that list of the people that were interested in what I had to offer, they were open to what I was emailing. So one year I was in a program where they had affiliate competition and I worked the hard way. I worked my hind end off doing it social media and DMs but I think it was like 2 years later, in that same competition, I was ranked in the top. I don't remember I mean, at one point I was like second and third. And then I don't remember I didn't win because I just I just didn't pursue it. I'm not competitive, but it felt so good to make an email. And that's really all I did. The social media was not what got me the affiliate opportunity or getting close. So now, just fast forward, it wasn't too long ago. I did win couple of affiliate opportunities. I won like a free trip. I won this microphone. No, yes, this microphone, if you can see it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just makes a big difference, huge difference. And
So,
it's still valid.
so would you say, so I have a two-part question. One, would you say a brand new person who has never, they've been on Facebook for social, but not for marketing. They haven't blogged. they haven't started an email list, what would you say that person should have expectations of, and B, should not have expectations of
You can, I
for,
believe,
for beginning?
for beginning, someone starting out on social media, the thing that you got to do before you can do anything else is know who you're going to be speaking to, what problem you're solving. If you don't know that and you're trying to sell something, it's going to be really hard. And when you say start out, my interpretation of that, Carla, is that you're talking about they're starting a business online.
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure I'm clear. Understanding the problem you're solving and who you're speaking to is critical because then you can learn the messaging. And so then once you understand that, you can do things to create an environment where you're growing an audience of people that are interested in the problem you're solving. So many times we start on Facebook, for example. Let's just pick Facebook. It's easier with one platform. You
Yes.
start on a platform and Facebook's very social. So you've got a lot of your friends and family. So then we start a business on Facebook and we're posting and you're going to get your friends and family that love you to like it and they're going to support you, but they're not going to necessarily buy from you. And they might at first, but it's not sustaining you. So
Right.
the problem is you've got to grow your audience of people that are going to be interested or have the problem you're going to solve. So that would be the first thing you need to do. And there's ways to do that exponentially quicker than just searching. But that's probably might have to be a conversation for another day because there's a lot of ways to do that.
So now, on the flip side of that, what's one thing that they shouldn't expect?
If you're creating a social media post and you do not have the audience yet, then just know you're not necessarily going to get the engagement
Mhm.
because it can be very disheartening when you put a lot of effort and time into creating content, posting it on there, whether you're doing a post that you write or a video, and then you're not getting any eyeballs. But I promise you, if you can continue to do it and show up, serve with that intention of that one person that you're wanting to solve that problem for.
Yes.
And that might be sound that if someone's brand new, that might sound very foreign, like a foreign language. So let me simplify it or break it down. If that you're like, okay, that lingo is not something I relate to. It's like this. When you are creating content on social media for a business, then writing the content, the words for the social media post, creating a video, the language all needs to be focused on that. I would recommend get that one person in your mind that you know that you've helped already or that you want to help, right? You know that your product, your service can help that one person and get that person in your mind. And everything you create and write is for that one person. So a lot of people will tell you, okay, you got to decide what their demographics. You got to know how old they are. You need to know how many kids they are, and you're expected to create this from scratch. Like you don't know what I cut through all that. I recommend just getting that person you already know, the person you already know that you can help. And that person, you're going to know who they are, their name, their age, their how many children, what they do for fun, and that makes it simpler. And that is a person, you're not going to necessarily say their name, but you're going to have them in your brain when you're creating. And your
Right.
heart is going to be, you want to help them so bad that you're going to show up because they need the solution.
That leads me right to another question.
Okay, I'm ready.
So, most people that you help, I'm going to assume, are like I was. They work, they're building their business part-time on social media. They're not going to have a ton of time to
Mhm.
do all of this. So I understand you have a master class coming up soon. And would you say that this master class, what are you going to do in it? And how could it give this person, the brand new person, a shortcut to start speaking to that one person and get them on her list, his or her
Okay.
list?
Thank you for asking that because this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. That's one thing I am very good at is helping simplify. I do not have, I have a business. I still run it. It's more part-time now, but it wasn't always. And I also have a lot going on in my life, just like everyone else. And I have very limited time that I work on my business. So I've learned to refine it and cut through the noise. And I think that's so important. And so I walk you through in this masterclass why we're doing this, why we have, I don't think we've talked about what it is. So what it is how to create a lead magnet. And I walk you through the steps. Sometimes everyone is different. I run them more often, right? Because they're all different. Sometimes we're going to create one with someone in the audience, but most of the time I'm creating one and you're following along. And the purpose of doing that is because I know that when we are ready to grow our audience, our email list, our email community, that first lead magnet, that second lead magnet, that 10th lead magnet can be very overwhelming to try to create. We get stuck in our head. We don't always know what name to call it. I think that what keeps people stuck longer than anything. What am I going to call it? I know I want to put in it, but what do I call it? We cut through that noise. We keep it super simple. One thing about a lead magnet, it doesn't have to be a PDF. It doesn't have to be a checklist. It can be, there's so many things, so many options of a lead magnet, and we cover those. The key to a lead magnet is finding what works not just for your business, but for you, your soul, that lights your soul on fire. And that's what we go to through. And we keep it simple. And it's such a fun class. It's 90 minutes because we want enough time. It should be probably several days worth to really create it. But I feel like that sometimes people are at different levels. Some people are ready to like just tweak their own. And then some people need to create from scratch. So this is the great way to get it done. And the beautiful thing is I offer tools and gifts like so the lead magnet masterclass is free. And with it, you get a lot of gifts. You get guides and you're going to get my GPT that I created specifically for this to validate your lead magnet idea to make sure you're on the right track. And so it walks you through to make all the things we talked about. Who are you? Who is it for? Who are you creating it for? What is their problem? And once you plug that into the AI, which is what I'm referring to, it makes it quicker and easier and simplifies it. And then I'm there to support you in this process. So if you have a question and you're like, okay, Gabe brought this up. Okay, let's look at that because I always recommend questioning your AI, challenge it a little bit. So we're going to make sure that by the time you're done, it's refined to the point you're ready to put it into place and start growing your list.
Yeah. I can be a witness. I have used your lead magnet validator. Oh my gosh. There, I, like many others, I'm sure you get this idea at midnight. You're laying in bed and it's, oh, that's what they need. So you write it down and we plugged my idea into your tool and we were pretty spot on about three-quarters of it, but the other quarter nearly killed me getting it right. But using that tool, man, it cut off so much time. And there's no guesswork to marketing it because it nailed it.
Yeah.
So that's a great gift, you guys. You have to get that. And
Yeah.
Masterclass is free.
Yeah.
It's great.
I
It's
know.
crazy. So when is the Masterclass?
Depending on the when this goes out, it will be, I know that we have one September 16th.
Okay.
And if that one's missed, I'll have the dates for the other one. So they just register, they're going to get the information. So
Oh,
I've have it
great.
set up to where whenever they register, they're going to get the next masterclass.
Okay.
And once you're on the list, you will continue to get the emails to let you know until you unsubscribe, which is fine. You'll or just let me know. I've been there, done that. I don't want to hear about this anymore. But the beautiful things, you don't have to keep registering. You're on, you'll get the information to show up.
Okay.
And
And I don't think you can attend too many. I've
well, they're
attended
all different.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get something new that I don't create a new lead magnet every time, but it gives me a deeper understanding to help other people.
Yeah.
And I shoot them all to you anyway.
The thing is, I'm always new people are coming in, so I want to make sure I'm serving that area. And like I said, every time a new group comes in, there's going to be different questions. There's going to be a different viewpoint. So we've created quizzes inside this lead magnet process. We've created guides and checklists, but we're going to also cover there's so many other ways that you can create a lead magnet. So if you're not techie, it doesn't have to be difficult.
Yes, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, Tanya, the time has come that do you have any parting words for our brand new business owner out there or our friends who already have a business but are curious about making their first or second or 10th lead magnet? What do you want to leave our audience with?
So, in relation to a lead magnet, I think sometimes we overcomplicate it. We want to make it so good that we give too much away. And then on the other hand, because we give so much away, there's not that immediate result that they can get from it. And so, if I would leave with a parting is one, know who you're speaking to in this lead. Who's it for? What problem are you solving that will lead somewhere? So we're the lead magnet, the design of is part of a bigger piece of pie. So the bigger pie is your offer, your big ticket or your main offer. And the lead magnet needs to be just a tiny sliver of taste, a taste so juicy, so good, so yummy, they want to get the whole pie. In order to do that, it needs to have an immediate result. They need to get some kind of transformation. So I think I was going to say, I know that by the knowing who you're speaking to, the problem you're solved, and giving them that immediate transformation, it will be just so irresistible. And and then don't overthink it. Don't try to complicate it and keep it very narrow and simple. And like I said, my first lead magnet that I created was like a 36 or 38 page ebook. While it was super valuable, there was not going to be an immediate transformation. There just couldn't be. There was too much information in there. If they decided to pick one little segment and take action on it, that might have happened, but that's still that's complicated. But by narrowing the topic of your lead magnet, then you're going to reach the people that need it and they can take the action and get a result.
Wow, that's a great tip. That is a great tip. Thank you, Tanya, for taking time. I know you're busy. Hmm. I appreciate it. And I know my viewers and audience appreciate you helping us understand lead magnets and inviting us to your masterclass.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Yeah. Happy to have you.
all right, we'll see you there. Thank you.